Tim Farragon has been growing and cultivating and harvesting vegetables from his large country garden in Langsburg for many, many years. Each year, the deer have gotten bolder and hungrier, and this year they crossed a line into the tomato patch that Tim is not at all happy about. This has got to be one of the most pathetic corn patches I have ever seen, Tim Farragon.
Sure is.
And what was the problem this year?
Deer. Last year it was deer.
Yeah, but last year you got some corn.
13 ears.
And what'd you get this year?
Probably 10.
Oh, well, that's not bad. What have they been doing to the corn?
Well, they start right out eating it when it first comes up. Then when it starts getting near, they just grab the ear, pull plant and all right out of the ground.
That's why there's so few stalks through here?
Right.
And what do they do when they grab the ear?
Bite the end off.
The end, like that. I'll be darned. They take the end off and they eat the cob too?
Yep, cob and all.
On half of it?
On half.
Now how do you know that they're doing this other than the evidence like their teeth marks?
I see them every night. Every night.
I'll be darned. Well, why is it that on this end there seems to be more stalks up here, and the same way with the sunflowers? I mean, you have a pretty decent crop of sunflowers there, but about here where we're standing, it just goes all to heck.
It just seems to be where they're crossing into the hayfield right here.
Huh. And so they eat everything south of here.
Everything south.
What's with all these weeds? Are you an organic gardener?
Well, when you don't have no corn, why waste gas?
On your rototiller.
On the rototiller.
So what have they done to the sunflowers themselves?
They eat everything. They start right out when they start coming up, and they just eat. In fact, you can see plants right now down there where they've eat all the leaves, and there's nothing but a stalk growing.
Huh. Now that's kind of an interesting story, because historically deer would eat corn to some degree.
Yep.
But sunflowers?
They used to eat the leaves, but they let the plant go up. Now they eat everything. Nothing comes up.
They haven't done anything with your pumpkins, your cucumbers, all that?
Not yet.
Okay. And you say not yet because of the big story that's right down there in the tomato patch.
First year they've ever hit tomatoes. I haven't had a ripe tomato this year.
Not one tomato?
Not one tomato.
Let's take a look at this. You won't believe this. How many tomatoes did you plant?
What was it? 4 dozen.
4 dozen. 48. So here we are, 48 tomato plants. It's the 10th of September, when normally I'd be out here loading up bushels to can.
That's a fact.
I don't see one speck of red here.
They eat every one of them. They used to, well, when they first come on, they started eating when they got about the size of a tennis ball. And I guess they liked them so much, now they eat them all.
The tomatoes?
The tomatoes, the plant, it's unreal. I've never had it happen before.
Holy cow. So when they eat the plant, they work, well, like right over here. We have a small, is that deer damage there?
Yeah, yeah.
And of course, down the way, looking at some of those, it's absolutely incredible. They eat the leaves, the stems, the green tomatoes.
Green tomatoes.
Do they ever let them get red?
One got almost red and they got that one.
No kidding. Do they eat the whole thing or just eat part of it or what?
Pretty much eat the whole thing.
So,
once in a while you find one with a bite out of it laying on the ground, but they're just gone.
So, Mr. Gardener, who spends gas money, rototiller, a lot of labor here all summer long and end up with nothing, what are you going to do now?
I'm going to eat venison.
Eat venison number one, but what are you going to do next year for your garden?
Probably try that new electric fence they've got out.
Huh.
Looks like a tape. Give that a try.
Well, that's something else. Who ever heard of deer eating tomatoes, and do they bed down in it?
Well, yeah, you can see where they bed down in them. They like to smell them, I guess. They just lay in them and eat.
The new breed of whitetail.
New breed. But you can see right there. You can see a lot of where they just tore the tops right off of them.
Tim Farragon's tomato patch is a living actually a dying example of how deer are expanding their diets way beyond the normal menu for white-tailed deer. If you're a gardener, this could become a serious, not to mention expensive, problem in the years ahead.